Okay, so if you're struggling with your diet, your nutrition habits, what you eat in order to be healthy, maybe lose weight, whatever, all right? I guarantee you it's down to one or all of these three main reasons, and I've brought them into three different categories. One is physical, two is conscious awareness, and three is subconscious awareness, all right? So let's start off with the physical aspect of it. Okay, number one of the physical aspect. Your meals are neither satisfying or substantial. Satisfying for taste or substantial for your appetite, so you're not going to get hungry again too quickly, okay? The reason why they're not satisfying or substantial is one, poor ingredients. So I mean, going down to the local shop and grabbing a quick deli roll because you have not planned what you are going to eat in advance, because planning as well also comes into it. Poor cooking. You don't need to be a Gordon Ramsay, but a lot of clients have come to me and says, well, I don't like veg. And I say to them, I don't think it's that you don't like veg. I just think that you haven't had it cooked properly. And it's like there's specific vegetables that can only be cooked in a certain way. For example, you'd never boil mushrooms. Yeah, now not that I know anyone who boils mushrooms, but certain vegetables, their flavors come out much more when they are cooked in certain ways, either boiling or frying or roasting. Yeah, that's what I mean by when things are cooked properly, they're not overcooked or they're not undercooked. Then when you try it out and you get to the end of the meal, you should be thinking, wow, that really hit the spot. And then your mind is not wandering, looking to eat something else, where can I get the next bit? Okay. And obviously then some a lack of planning. So we don't have some substantial or satisfying meals when we don't plan, because when we get hungry and there's nothing already there, or we don't have anything in the fridge, or we've got too much stuff in the fridge that's not prepared, it's easier to just go and get the most convenient thing, just grab what's quick. So, and then of course, if you grab something that's quick, the ingredients aren't of high quality, then, not long later, you are looking for something else to eat. All right. So getting the physical aspect out of the way. You don't need to plan all of your meals. I'm just saying plan some of them. Then when you've planned some of them, try and plan most of them then. Yeah, building habits for that. And you don't need to be eating out of like a lunchbox, like chicken and broccoli every day either. It's not about that. It's just about having choices so that when you are faced with an option of, am I going to have this lunch that I have prepared, or do I fancy a deli roll? At least you have the choice and you can make that guilt-free choice then. Yeah. Okay, so number two is creating a conscious awareness around your body and when it wants to be fed, basically. Yeah. So eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. And so many people do not believe me when I say this, but it is 100% true. The reason why is because people eat for the sake of eating, because it's there in front of them, for example, and they build up these habits. But they also have their idea in their heads that they should be eating, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 3 snacks a day. And to be honest, me personally, if I had breakfast, lunch, dinner, 3 snacks a day, I think I would physically get sick, because that is way too much for me personally. And I'm never deprived, and I always have whatever I want regarding, I can get a takeaway whenever I want, and I never starve myself or anything like that. But some people have it in their idea, in their minds, that that's the way they should be doing it. And intuitive eating is listening to your body and stopping when you're full. Eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're full. And if you want to lose weight, you need to eat slowly. And if you want to gain weight, you need to eat quickly. And the reason why for that is because roughly 15 to 20 minutes after we take the first bite of our meal, then our hormones in our brain start to register that we're actually eating something, and that's when our hunger starts to decrease. So it takes a really long time to feel satisfied, you know what I mean? So if you slow down and really savor, enjoy the taste, satisfaction of the meal, you will start to notice that your body actually does not need the usual portions that you serve yourself. Okay, so conscious awareness of the portions that you actually serve. So quick one. So we have a thumb size serving for fat, a palm size for protein, a cupped hand for starchy carbohydrates, and two cupped hands for non-starchy carbohydrates, i.e. your veg and your fruit. All right, so you should be adhering to those portion sizes. And normally when people come to me and they say, oh, this is what I'm eating, they show me a plate. I'm like, well, that looks like that's 1.5 times portions or 2 portions or whatever when you compare it to your hand. So it takes time to eat intuitively. It takes a lot of patience. It can be annoying. But when you have that intuition down, you'll never, ever, ever have to worry about counting calories. You'll never have to worry about SINS points or macros even. And all the kind of, everything is on the menu, basically. You don't have to restrict anything when you adhere to portion sizes. Like, I mean, you can have a pack of crisps every day if you want. You can have a bar of chocolate every day if you want. And even in the evenings after dinner, when you're sitting down in front of the telly, you can have pack of crisps or a bar of chocolate, or even both, but it's about the portions. Yeah, it's the portions. Okay, so number 3 is subconscious behavior. All the stuff that's going on in the back of your mind that is outside of your conscious awareness until now, until I'm going to get you to think about it. Yeah. All right. Mindless eating, boredom eating, emotionally eating, or starving, and automatic. So mindless will be automatic eating. All right. So I'm Irish, and I have been living in Ireland all of my life. And when I was a kid, I sat down at the table and I was told that I had to eat everything that was on the plate because it cost money, couldn't go to waste. I had to eat it quickly because everyone else was finished and they wanted to do the washing up. And I was also told, don't let anything else go to waste, not just because it costs money, but also because think of the starving children in Africa. Now, anyone who's outside of Ireland, that was the idea was there was always adverts on the TV of the famine in Africa. And, we used to put money into our troker boxes and send it across there. And we were told, you should be grateful to have your meal in front of you, and you should be able to eat, you should eat all of it, because there are people less fortunate than you out there who don't get this every day. All right. So as a kid, it was put into my brain that I had to eat everything and I had to eat what was on the plate regardless. And that went into my subconscious mind. And that created a mindless sense of eating, an automatic pattern of eating stuff as quick as possible and eating all of it and not even getting to taste it. So that's where the mindless eating comes in a subconscious pattern, because you've learned those patterns, you've learned those habits from your parents, grandparents, whoever was teaching you as a kid. Yeah. I've had plenty of clients come to me all the time and they say, it just feels like a waste. If I go out to a restaurant and I order like a chicken parmesan, and it comes to me this huge serving of it, and I just feels an awful waste if I leave any of it on the plate. And I'm like, yeah, but you're hungry. Your hunger is satisfied. You enjoyed the meal. Why do you have to clear the plate? Because it feels like a waste. And I said, well, it's not a waste. The purpose of going out for a meal is to satisfy your hunger and enjoyment. It's not to go out to eat absolutely everything on the plate. Yeah. And then you see, I don't know if you go out on, I remember when I was on holidays and I go to a restaurant, and, on holidays in particular, they put loads of stuff on the plate, like loads of food on the plate. But if you didn't get lots of portions on the plate, someone, usually my dad, would say, is that all I'm getting? Because the expectation when you go out to eat is that the plate will be full of food. So yeah, so that's mindless eating and where those habits stem from and how it actually goes into your subconscious mind. Emotional eating is when people eat when they're stressed, or they eat because it's the only thing that they can control, or they eat when they're happy. And there's so many different things I could talk about for the emotional eating aspect of it. The main thing, let me just think about where it comes from, is for stress eating. When we were kids, when you were a baby, whenever you cried, you were given an instant gratification. You know, it was a soother, a dummy. It was sweets as you got older. Okay, instant gratification. And that created the pattern that food makes me feel better straight away. Now, we should be eating food for nourishment and enjoyment. I'm talking about the subconscious pattern where you are constantly overeating when you are not hungry, because there's a pattern in your mind that says food makes me happy. Okay. People eat when they're stressed, and that's the subconscious response. Food makes me happy. However, the stressful thing still doesn't go away. The pattern that you picked up back then was from a part of your mind that didn't have any long-term goals or ambitions or any idea in how to resolve the issues that stress you out. Okay? So, how I fix that with clients is I access that pattern in the subconscious mind, and I say to that pattern, can you, instead of reaching for the food, focus on managing the emotion that responds to the stressful situation? Let's look after the thing that's in front of us, instead of running away and going towards food. And boredom eating as well, I eat because I'm bored, is very, very similar to the stress eating. You might not feel stressed, but there's nothing else to do. It's the same. It's that instant gratification. The mind says, food makes me happy. I am bored. I am not happy. I'm bored. So food makes me happy. I'm just going to go and eat that. All right. So it'll be the similar idea with the stress eating. So yeah, they are the 3 reasons that people fall down on when it comes to managing their nutrition habits for health, well-being, or weight loss. And that's it. So I guarantee you that if you're struggling right now, it's down to either the physical aspect of the food, the conscious awareness around food, or also the subconscious behaviors around food. So if you'd like to know more about how I can help clients change how they think, feel, and behave when it comes to their food and their diet by tapping into the subconscious mind and also creating an extra conscious awareness around the food that they have every day, all you gotta do is get in touch. Take care.